Our next guest is Physician Assistant Brian Monroe of Novant Health, Oceanside Family Medicine and Convenient Care in Charlotte. Welcome to the show today, Brian.
Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to have you here and in our area. I know you're new to the area. So let's introduce you to our viewers and tell us a little bit about your education.
Okay. Thank you, June. I appreciate the welcome to the area. We're definitely loving it so far. As far as education, I predominantly was educated at East Carolina University in Greenville, North Carolina. So go Pirates.
Go Pirates.
Exactly. And it definitely plays into the purple theme of Novant too. So a lot of my wardrobe did not have to change. But I got 3 degrees from East Carolina University. The first was in construction management, which has everything to do with healthcare, except not really. And then I went on to pursue a medical degree and ultimately picked up a bachelor's degree in biology on my way to my master's degree in physician assistant studies.
Oh my goodness, I didn't expect all that, Brian. That's exciting.
It was quite an educational background, June.
Well, I'm almost afraid to ask about your work experiences, but here goes. Tell me about your work experiences.
Okay, so before coming to Brunswick County, I worked in New Bern, North Carolina, where I was seeing patients in an acute care setting in internal medicine. And prior to PA school, I was actually an autopsy assistant.
Wow. Tell me about that.
So autopsy assistant, not as crazy as people might foresee it or might believe it to be. We're not nearly as gory as what you might see on TV, but it was a great experience for learning, and you certainly cannot beat it for hands-on gross anatomy. Pun intended, I suppose.
I was going to say gross. Oh my goodness. Well, what led you to come to Brunswick County? I'm curious. How did you get here and why?
Understood. My family and I used to frequent Brunswick County and New Hanover County quite a bit as I was growing up, all the way as far back as I can remember. And so it was always a love of mine to be down in this area. I became very, very lucky in this scenario during education because I actually trained under Dr. Chris Eisenhower at Oceanside Family Medicine.
Wow.
And so a relationship was somewhat born out of that, but when they called me and said they had the position or an opening available, I pounced on it. It's kind of an alignment of the stars, if you will, to be down here practicing.
Now, you grew up in Charlotte, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I grew up in the northeastern part of town, kind of close to UNC Charlotte, Concord Mills, Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Oh, and so do you like race cars?
I do like racing. A lot of people find that weird. In fact, my wife found that weird, that I liked NASCAR, but also was a physician assistant, so I love it, though.
Yeah, there are a lot of NASCAR fans in this area.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So are you and your wife enjoying the area so far?
We are enjoying the area very much so. We moved down and we're currently living in the Charlotte area, but we're enjoying the beach. We're enjoying the warm weather. Obviously, it's nice and warm now, and looking forward to getting to meet the people of Brunswick County.
Yeah. Do you like water sports?
We do. I like it maybe a little bit more than my wife does, but that's okay. I'm an avid kayaker, and I do enjoy surf and pier fishing.
Kayaking's great here. There are so many estuaries and you know, little places you can get up into with a kayak. So
Absolutely.
It's really, really nice here. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about Novant Health, Oceanside Family Medicine and Convenient Care. So that's in Charlotte, and I know that that's where you're currently based.
Correct.
And I know that's a really, really big group. So tell me a little bit about your partners there at Oceanside.
Okay. It is a big group. We've grown quite a bit in the past year, even so. And in the urgent care, the convenient care setting that I work in, there are 4 individuals in addition to myself, several physician assistants and a nurse practitioner that work there. And those include Olga Samplowski, who's a PA, and Bonnie Hood, who is a PA, Mandy Galuppi is a PA, and John Fillmore is a PA. And in addition to that team, we have a wide variety of individuals in the family medicine setting also.
Yeah. I'm curious, how does the convenient care work? Now, is that like walk-ins, or can you take appointments? How does that work?
That's a great question, and we actually get that a lot in the clinic. It is a walk-in clinic, and most often it's first come, first serve. However, if someone has a more emergent condition that needs to be evaluated in a quicker pace, then we certainly let those individuals bypass. It is necessary to treat whatever comes in the door, but yeah, walk-in.
And then there's also a full complement of physicians on staff there. Is that correct?
Correct, yes. So if anyone wanted to develop a primary care provider relationship with an individual there, they would be able to do so. That's not typically done through the convenient care, but it is something that we could help them identify and help them progress to that relationship with a primary care provider.
But at least you would have the ability to interact with physicians if you needed a second opinion.
Certainly.
Is that helpful to you there?
It's very helpful because a lot of times in the walk-in clinic, we don't necessarily have that background relationship with a patient that a primary care provider might have that's also working in the clinic. So a lot of times we can bounce our ideas off of those primary care providers that have seen the patient for years on end.
Right, yeah. Well, what are your hours there at the clinic?
At the convenient care clinic, we're open from Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then on Saturday, we're open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Now, let's talk about services that you provide there. Tell me about what kind of services those might be in the convenient care.
Okay, that's a good question as well. With the services in convenient care that we typically provide, it would range anything from an upper respiratory infection to a bumper scrape on the elbow, to a fall, to anyone that might need laceration repair or a cut on their arm that needs to be fixed, to people that have abscesses that might need to be drained, or if you were casting rod and reel on the pier and you got a fish hook, you can get that removed too. So.
Yeah, and cuts in your feet from the shells and things like that, that would be a...
Absolutely, and there are a ton of oysters around here to do that on.
Yeah, there are. I know a lot of times people will think they need to go to the emergency room at the local hospital, but really things like that can be taken care of at convenient care.
We can, absolutely. A lot of times we help alleviate some of the stress that goes to the emergency department, and the fact that patients would have a shorter wait time at the urgent care or the convenient care facility than they might at the emergency department.
Yeah,
in addition to that, the fees are often less at convenient care than they would be at an emergency
Yes, I'm
department.
sure. Yeah.
Now, I will say this, though. We do have patients that come to the convenient care and they actually need the emergency department workup.
I'm sure.
We're quick to get them there if that's needed.
I'm sure that happens too, yeah. Do you see patients of all ages, or is there a restriction for children?
No restriction for children whatsoever, from infancy until adulthood and beyond. No matter what age you are, if you have a condition and you need to be seen or you'd like to be seen, come in.
Well, I guess we sort of talked about what conditions are best treated at convenient care, but when in doubt, maybe they could give you a call or...
Certainly. So to get in contact with the clinic, the phone number is 910-754-4441. They can also find us online, and that's at www.novanthealth.org. In addition to that, our address is on Sellers Road. I believe it's 5145 Sellers Street, so it's midway between Food Line and the filling station for those that are familiar with the area.
Great directions, Brian. Well, before we wrap up, is there anything you would like to share with our viewers?
Just that we're enjoying the area so far. We're looking forward to meeting everyone here, and it's been wonderful and a pleasant experience thus far, so we're definitely thankful for that.
Well, great. Thanks so much for being our guest today. It's been a great interview. I've learned so much, and I look forward to having you back again.
Thank you so much, Gina. We appreciate it.